Well. Left for me, I feel Peter Obi should not even contest. Um, but I have reason that is different from that of Wole Soyinka. I understand what happened in the last election, how they maneuvered, INEC did this, APC talks did this, the politicians did this, and the court, the Nigerian judicial system did this, and they did what they did, and they disenfranchised Nigerians. It started with dumping of voters' card of certain people from certain region into the canals, into the pits. Not everybody was able to vote because not everybody received their voters' card. Then on the day of the election, what happened? Not everybody could vote. There are places that you are told if you are not ready to vote APC, you get out of that place. You can't vote. And policemen were there. Then, are we talking about ballot box snatching and the rest of them? Then INEC announcing whatever they want. Then Supreme Court validating it. So left for me, Obi should not contest. Not because of what the professor is saying. The professor that is trying to live without honor. Not because of what he's saying. But because of, I understand the Nigeria system. They did what they did, and the court validated it. It appears to me they will still do the same thing again, and the court will validate it. And they have done it, and nothing happened. So they have the power to do it again. I'm only sorry for Nigerians, we, the common people in Nigeria, who are misruled. Look at what we're suffering. Look at what we're suffering. I believe a lot of Nigerians voted against the bad system. But I also believed those who are handling this bad system were more powerful. It is quite shameful. Now, coming to Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka is talking about Peter Obi's supporters. What Peter Obi supporters do is only to shout on social media, be obedient movement, shout you down. What about APC and Tinubu supporters? If we are looking for who to blame, and if you are responsible, you, Mr. Professor, you know people to blame. Some people only spoke when you talk against their master, the obedience. They discredit you. They respond back to you. What about the people who now showed action? Who beat you up? Who made sure you couldn't vote? Who snatched ballot boxes? What about them? I don't really know why I or any Nigerians will copy people like Wole Soyinka. I respect his old age. He's double of my age. Yes. But I don't know what I can learn from people like that. Old age is like, for the society, people with experience, it should go also with old age. You're expected to, because of your experience, teach people certain things. It is a time for you to pour out your experience so that people will learn, so that they will not have so many pitfalls. But look at what the professor is saying. Which supporters are to be held for being at least curtailed? Look at what he's saying. I don't know whether it's because of Tinubu gave him some bags of rice. There was in a symposium, I don't know, or a show. He was talking about how he couldn't get this and that, maybe rice and beans. And Tinubu was there for him. Does that make Tinubu the right person to rule Nigeria? And by the way, we in Nigerians are seeing how Nigerians is being governed. And this man still had the guts to tell Peter Obi not to. Meanwhile, every Nigerians, even the most notorious ones, the criminals, they had the power to vie for the seat. And this is a man who has no query with the EFCC. No, nobody is perfect. But if you look at P2B and the Nigerian standard and how the anti-graft body is going after politicians, P2B has never been held for anything. Among all the politicians, the past governors that have ruled states and people who have had political positions in this country, P2B is the cleanest we have seen. And this is the person you are telling that he shouldn't contest. Like I said, I don't want P2B to contest because of the system will rig him out again. But my reasons for not wanting him to contest is different from that of Wole Soyinka. Like I said, I don't know what to learn from people like Wole Soyinka, despite his old age. Somebody like that is 89, 90. I'm supposed to, in a part of his life, in a stage in his life, pick something. Are we going to start talking about the cultism in schools? For whatever reason it was introduced to our schools, the purpose has been defeated. Today, it's a menace. Can you imagine what cultism has done to our schools? And we had people like Wole Soyinka introduce this fraternity. And he still had the guts to still speak on public matters. When what he was part of has destroyed our schools massively. Maybe it was for correction so that the schools will do the right thing. Today, what good has cultism, fraternity in school brought to us? We want to listen to people whose records are good. Yes. People we can learn from. We can pinpoint a particular part of their, in their life, a particular stage, and say, oh, this guy did this. Are we going to talk about going to a radio station with a pistol, allegedly? I'm happy. The backlash over his criticism of Peter Obi is coming mostly from Yoruba people. A lot of them are not taking it again. When hunger hammer you, you will forget about tribalism. At least we have tested Tinubu for a while. At least we have seen his posture. And somebody like Wole Soyinka from the side is still trying to add sand to our garri. I like what people are telling him. I expect Wole Soyinka should retire with honor and respect. But can you imagine? See how he's talking about rounding up. He's rounding up. At that such age, you are rounding up. And if people now want to remember you when you round up totally, I'm trying to pick something good about him. So sad. So sad. The way he has made it his work to run down Peter Obi or Peter Obi supporters.